If you guys haven't seen, Theo Von sat down with Donald Trump. One of the more interesting conversations was about Theo Von's drug addiction.
How did you get addicted? How did?
No, I would just do cocaine. That was really, yeah. So not just, yeah.
That's down and dirty, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it was, yeah.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man. And I'm not doing it.
Is it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country, but yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or something.
So the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Right, yeah, but what I want probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger
oh, yeah.
up?
Yeah. Cocaine
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll be out on your own porch, you know, and you'll be your own street lamp.
You'll be your own street lamp. Some of the comedy actually wasn't resonating with Donald Trump. Theo Von would say these things, and Trump, I don't know if he fully understood the character of Theo Von. And the main reason why he did this interview was actually because Barron Trump allegedly had pushed for this, because Barron Trump, not allegedly, according to Donald Trump, is a fan of Theo Von and also a fan of the streamer Aiden Ross. But this clip of the cocaine is just going viral. And I actually, for the first, time, and I would say a while, I watched this and I was just, that's Donald Trump. That's my president. And a lot of people were feeling that way. Like, Donald Trump finally had broken campaign character and was very real with Theo Von. Make sure you guys like this video. Let's watch this clip.
Yeah. I noticed at the events, you don't drink, and you don't drink or smoke, right?
I don't drink or smoke. No.
You never have?
No, I never have. I had a great brother who taught me a lesson. Don't drink. And he said, don't smoke. He smoked and he drank, and he was a great guy. He was a very handsome guy.
Is he older? He was older?
Quite a bit older, yeah. And he had a problem with alcohol and smoke a lot, but I tell people, no drugs, no drinking, no cigarettes.
Yeah.
I tell that to my kids all the time. I'd say no drugs, no drinking, no smoke. And
it was tough.
He'd always tell me, he'd say never. So he was, really old enough that you would look up to somebody, and I'd look up to him anyway.
Did you admire him?
Yeah, I admired so much about him. He had so much going. He had the look. He
what was his
had
name?
Unbelievable personality, like an incredible personality.
What was his name, Donald?
His name was Fred Trump. And he had a problem with alcohol. He got addicted to it because they say alcohol is tougher than drugs to get off of. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
I'm in recovery, actually. I've been in recovery, so like most of the last 10 years.
From alcohol?
From drugs and alcohol.
So which is worse?
For me, drugs is the problem, but if I have a drink, then it's tougher for me to prevent myself from getting it.
It sets off a chain.
Yeah.
But which is harder to quit? I've heard alcohol is harder to quit than drugs, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can only imagine, because it's probably more readily available.
And it's social, and you're sitting and everyone's drinking and all.
Yeah, rarely do you go to a dinner and everybody's eating Xanaxes or something, for appetizers. Usually people are having like a mint julep or something a little fancier, Negroni I just learned about.
Right.
But yeah.
So you have a problem with that then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been in my family. My family, it's like, yeah.
Can you stay away from it?
Yeah, I've done a good job. I mean,
how long have you been off?
I go to recovery meetings. I've been off most recently a little over 2 years.
Do you ever go back on?
Yeah, I've had stints where I go back on
and you don't control it.
It's tough. It goes downhill pretty
kidding.
quick.
So
you think it's going to be easy?
You think you're controlling it?
And then you're you're doing your go-kart and racing with hookers and stuff. It gets bad.
It's just not to do it, right?
Right. So then in the end, you're like, I have to not do it. Did you see, like, with your brother, could you see it or anything? Like, man.
I was amazed because he had so much going, he had everything going. I think it happened in college at a fraternity maybe, or I don't know, somewhere along the line it happened. And all of a sudden, this is not unique. This is a very common story, unfortunately. But and then the family would see it and start to notice it. And it didn't get better. It didn't get better. I was amazed. He lived for so long in bad conditions, in terms of, I was amazed that his body could hold out. It held out and it had bad moments. But his body was unbelievably strong that it could withstand this.
Yeah, it's a body. Why is it so resilient?
Yeah.
Do you remember the last time that you saw him or spent with him?
I do, and
I'm sorry to ask you about it. Is it all right?
No, it's the reason it's good talking about it is it might help other people. If it helps one other person, it's worth the conversation. Frankly.
We talk about that stuff a lot on our podcast. Yeah. A lot of our audience struggles or has struggled with alcoholism, addiction, intimacy disorders, all types of stuff.
It's so true. The point, if it helps just one person, then it's worth it. And I love that mindset. I mean, if you're willing to have intimate discussions about your family in hopes that it helps one person, I think that says a lot about you as a person. And although I will say it is easier for you to talk about a family member than it would be to talk about yourself, I think the point remains that this is something that you are talking about in hopes of helping someone. And listen, the Trump name holds a lot of value. So even if it was just an alcoholic brother, people could easily look at that and want to uphold this name, uphold this family as being so great and so amazing. And all that does is really just hurt people who are struggling. Now, the other one that we have, I really, really like. And this one is about healthcare system. And Theo Von gets Donald Trump talking about this. And I thought this was just like the best.
Recently, we had Bernie Sanders on.
Right.
And
interesting.
I know.
That's very interesting.
Certainly, you guys don't agree on a lot of things, but I think you both acknowledge how horribly rigged the healthcare system is against the American people. Because hospitals and insurance companies get away with hiding their prices from all of us, and literally they can charge whatever they want. It's like you sign up and say, yes, I'll pay. You trust the hospital, but then you get home and the bill it's whatever, which pretty much feels like some form of extortion to me. That's what it seems like to me.
It's a form. Yeah.
But you had an executive order where you created a federal rule forcing hospitals and insurers to publish all their prices.
Yep.
Right? So that people would be able to know, okay, if an MRI costs $600 here and it's $5,000 there, then I can go here and save myself money.
Right.
But that hasn't even been enforced. Like hospitals...
Biden got away with it.
Hospitals and insurance companies, they're still not showing their prices.
They hated it.
Of course they did.
And because it would have made it very competitive. And Biden let it go. He never enforced it. And to get that approved was a big deal. And that would have brought down the price of,
so many things.
Not only, just care, right? Care, physical care, mental care. That would have brought down the cost of care by 50, 60%. And Biden and Kamala didn't press it. It was a big thing to get it, but I'll be pressing it. And because I'll be pressing it, and because I'll be pressing it, there are some people that are vehemently against it for financial reasons, for money reasons. But
those people can go to hell, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, no, they're bad people.
Especially because one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in America is medical debt. I mean, that's crazy. It's pretty. And I don't even think I made that up either.
No, it's when you think of it. At first, when you said it, I said, "Wow," and then I'm thinking about it. I said, "It's really not a wow." I understand it.
Yeah,
tremendous lobby, tremendous powerful lobby.
See, that's what I love. I freaking love that right there. Sitting down with Theo Von, talking about it. Theo Von, who's never been known as this political figure, this deep philosophical guy. He's a comedian, and he's a damn good one. And he's just having a heart-to-heart right here with Trump about insurance, about the healthcare system. And he had a conversation with Bernie Sanders earlier, And I honestly love the unity here from somebody like Bernie Sanders, who you and I both don't like, who you and I would not vote for. But we're reaching common ground on an issue of the healthcare system and how rigged it is. And really, whenever we look at insurance, insurance is a socialist policy. Okay, everybody pays money into this pot monthly, and then that money gets distributed, gets paid to, hospitals or whatnot. Same thing for car insurance. Your monthly payment, it goes towards that person who gets into a car accident who needs that help. It's a very failed socialist policy. And I think it's become one of the most corrupt. Big Pharma is one of the most corrupt, I would say, car insurance as well. Like, I pay, $220 a month, let's say, for car insurance. And then I pay that for a year straight, never get into a car accident. I get into one car accident, it's not even my fault, and my insurance rates go up. And to fix my car, I have to pay a higher insurance for months. What the hell was I paying $220 for the last year? For nothing. It's ridiculous. And because of it, hospitals get away with charging you $300 for ibuprofen, and it makes no sense. But because they're not showing you the bill, which is what Donald Trump was fighting for, and because there is no capitalism, there's no competition, there's no fight for better rates, and Donald Trump was pushing for that, which is phenomenal.
Because think about what else is going to put you in medical, in that much of a debt. It's like, I believe that's accurate. Who's behind the healthcare insurance, that whole thing? Like, who's behind it all? It feels like Chuck Schumer is this kind of like deviant mastermind back there somewhere.
Well, he's one of the people that is hurt.
He's one of them. I love it. It's just like a joke, like Chuck Schumer back there, like, and then Donald Trump's like, yeah, well, he is one of them. That's hilarious.
He's one of the people that keeps the prices high, and he's, gets a lot of contributions from the people on the other side. And him and plenty of other people, a lot of people. It's a very powerful lobby.
But wouldn't they want
the most powerful lobby? The lawyer lobby.
And they continue to talk about the lobbies, and we're going to cover that. And you guys can watch the video of Donald Trump folding back the curtain and talking about the lobbyists very soon here on Bring the Asteroid. Or you can go and watch the full interview on X or on YouTube. That's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.